Hey guys, welcome to the Goodfellow Podcast. I'm Joe Barone, your host. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry for the short notice, but there was so many things we got to get done today, so I'm trying to do it in a live show. Hopefully, some people will tune in. Listen, don't forget if you like us, subscribe, and don't forget about the Patreon channel. We got some extra stuff on there, and I've been trying to put a lot more on there for everybody who has been subscribing. And then we got the shop with the Goodfellow memorabilia, cups, shirts, and all that kind of stuff too. Which I'm waiting for we're supposed to be getting a whole lot of stuff where I could have the mugs so you could drink my espresso out of it, and I can have my hat on, which I don't think I'm going to wear on the show. But definitely maybe a shirt or something that says the Goodfellows. But thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And sorry for the short notice. Anyways, I want to give a shout out to my friend Charlie Buono. Don't forget, From Crime to Christ, okay? That's my main man, and this is a good read. A lot of it's going fast, so just get in touch with the show, and we'll make sure you get your book sent out to you too. And there's also a couple of comments I want to answer with my partner and my assistant, because he'll give you some information how to get in touch with us. And we're sorry if we didn't get in touch with everybody, because we don't diss anybody on this show for any reason. We don't care. But also, I want to give a shout out to my friend Betty. My friend called me, told me she watches my show. Now, Betty has known me since I'm a kid in school. She was a teacher, my gym teacher, my friend, knew my whole family. I grew up with her sons and everything like that too. So, Betty, hi, how are you? Betty is really a dynamite, great person. I've known her, oh God, since I don't know, fourth grade, I guess, maybe. She's been through so much in her life and still a strong person. Somebody you don't want to fool around with. She didn't take anything from anybody. But I mean, a heart as big as gold. I wish her always the best. I miss her. I miss her sons, her family like that too as well. But Betty, just wanted to say hi to you out there. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you soon out there. Love to you always. And thanks for staying in touch with us. We appreciate it. And there was one comment about somebody had said they called or something like that. And so let my assistant he'll give the lowdown.
Yeah, there was a comment from Jimmy Boudreau. He said, I signed up with you, Joe, and never got my call. Jimmy, you could reach out to us at our phone numbers in our link in our channel bio. You can go on there and see all our links to our email, phone number. Give us a call, leave us a message, and we'll get in touch with you.
Yeah, exactly. We don't disregard anybody. Anyway, excuse my appearance too. I just went for what a workout at the gym I had today. Forget about it. I'm gonna try to post a couple of gym videos too as well. So this way you can see my routine. At a guy my age, I'm still doing pretty good, holding my own. Anyways, you know what I mean. But I want to thank everybody for the respect video I just made. A lot of great comments on there. I can see everybody understands what's going on out there in the world and how much it's changed. I tell you the truth, it's a shame, but I'm still the gentleman I am. I'm still going to hold the door, even though a couple of times I'd like to slam it on people, but I don't. I'm still respectful till it's time not to. Like I said in my last video that, on Mafia Mondays, so. It's easy to throw the hands when it comes time, but the respect is good to always have. It shows your character, shows who you really are. You know what I mean? And I can see we got some people already logging in. Is that logging in? Is that the old comments?
Yeah, no, we got some people
already.
In.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate that. That was spur of the moment, but I appreciate it.
We got a comment here from William Carter. This was on our last video. He said, "God bless you, Joe. I agree. These days, you go to handle a problem with someone, the first thing they do is put a camera in your face. What happened to just sorting things out with the hands and going on about life? Now you get shot in the back or you get turned into the cops."
I can't even really add much more to that. The only time I could add more to that, there's that comedian Sebastian. He gets, I don't know if you guys ever heard of him, but anyway, he gets up there and he goes, "I don't want to have a fight with anybody no more with all this MMA fighting and wrestling and grappling and all of that stuff." But listen, it doesn't matter what you do. In the street, the fight is different. Even if you have some skills, does it benefit you? Does it help you? 100%, yes. But anything can happen in a fight, a street fight, a ring fight, or anything like that. But those days, it seems like it's long behind. So I definitely agree with everything you said. I can't even really add to that. So, but anyways, I see we got a few other of my friends on there. That's with Dominic too. Is that Cynthia up
Got
there?
Suzanne Burnfield.
Suzanne?
I'm
Hi,
or I'm
Suzanne.
here. Hi, Joe.
Thanks for that long comment too. I didn't know you were from Brooklyn, and definitely Waterbury Park, like by Country Club over there, was good too. I used to hang out there as well too. Morris Park completely changed altogether. Uh, you were 100% right about that, but it's always at good level. You know what I mean? And who else we got up there? Because that's pretty cool. I like going to answer these before they go
Cynthia's in the
away.
chat. Hello, Joe. I'm never going to stop being kind and sending.
Thank you, Cynthia. Appreciate that. Really, really do. And I just, matter of fact, Dominic just called me about a half hour ago too, and told me about his show that he did with Michael. That's coming out too, so that's really good. And I always love talking to him and all you guys on his show too. Appreciate everything.
We got a comment here on
Okay.
this from the last video. This is Roxana Peretti. She says, Joe, were you by Bath Avenue? Wait a minute.
Yeah, well, I was by Bath Avenue. I was hanging out when I first came home from my first bid. I was hanging out with this guy Murray. It was Anthony Spiro's place called the Big Apple Car Company. Matter of fact, Spiro had an apartment upstairs, you know, all done up nice, and I could have stayed there if I wanted to, because my friend at that time, he was my friend, Bobby DeFeo, was staying down there. But then he went back to the Bronx with his uncle. I actually used to pick him up. I was down in Brooklyn 3 days a week at least. So I was going back and forth from Yonkers where I was living, and I was going down there. But definitely, Roxanne, I was around there, absolutely. And Murray was a good guy. That's how I found out about Jimmy Calandra and all of them guys. I would hear the stories about them in the street. Another comment?
We got Jerome Joswiak. He says, you guys got to talk sports around this group of guys. If not, you'll be indicted by morning.
Yeah, you know, believe it or not, I was never really into the sports that much. For some reason, I don't know why. I played most of the time. I played a lot of sports sometimes. Like I would do the softball or I loved volleyball. I was kind of that kind of guy, like as far as sports. But I didn't do the football thing. I never wanted to hurt my knees or that kind of thing. And there was basketball. We'd have a little fun with that. Bocce ball, of course, the old Italian game. But we didn't really do that much sports like that.
Sup393 says, the show with you, Gene, and Dom was terrific. Hope you guys do another one soon.
Yeah, we probably will. Like I said before, I'm going down to see Dominic. I'm hoping by the end of the month we're going to put something together. That's one of the things we were talking about. I'm trying to work it into my schedule and Dominic's schedule too, because he's really busy. I'm busy myself with a lot of different things, and I don't want to bring everything to a head right now. But so we're trying to coordinate that. But we're definitely going to get together soon, and we'll probably take a ride. Maybe we'll go see Gene as well too. That'll be good. I think I saw another comment from my friend Ramon from New Rochelle too. He went to eat with my uncle Chick and my cousin Anthony. So Ramon, what's going on, brother? Good to hear from you.
This one's from Frank Caputo. He says, Joe, another great show. I was worried your stepson clipped you because I haven't heard from you.
Hi, Frank.
Your stepson.
Oh yeah, that time with Anthony. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I was a little disappointed. I didn't have no bad feelings towards this kid, but what are you gonna do? But thanks for thinking about me. But I'm kind of glad. I hope I never run into him or whatever again. That'll be great for him, anyways. Just kidding.
CM Senator says, I'd love to challenge Cicale to a fight.
I don't know who you are, but listen. I know Dominic a long time. He never backed down from anybody. No matter who you were or what you were. So that's totally up to you. Damn, we got a lot of comments coming up already. I'm so glad you guys ain't doing much today. And this is a spur of the moment, so once again, I do apologize. But yeah, let's see what we got going up there.
Joe, this one's a live comment. Guys, ask any. It's a live Q&A. Ask any questions you want to know from Joe. Start sending them in, flood them in, because we're here. We're here to answer questions today. Joy Rebel says, Joe, have you ever met Michael Francis?
No. Of course, naturally, I heard about his father and him through the years. But no, and hopefully, maybe soon I will. I would love to. I definitely would. I think that would be a good meeting.
Cynthia says, Joe, if you ever need backup, me and Suzanne are right here.
Hey, thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate that. And listen, I know you can back me up too, so I appreciate that. Thanks so much. You never know in this world, right?
Cynthia said, thank you, Cynthia. She said, guys, hit the like button.
Cynthia's got my back. Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll go back to
Yeah,
some
no
comments
problem.
here. We got Denise. She says, there is no respect anymore. That's why the world is the way it is.
It doesn't really take much to give a little respect. I mean, I never asked anybody to kiss anybody's ass in that kind of way, but there's nothing goes further than just a little respect. Like I was in food shopping the other day. Some old lady couldn't reach something off the top, and she looked at me. She didn't ask me, but I said, "You need some help?" She might have been like 90 years old. I don't know. And she said, "Yeah, I can't reach that thing up there." So I reached and grabbed it for her. What is the big deal? Even my friend Charlie Buono, he saved somebody's life in the Bronx River Parkway. I think somebody was drowning. He even saved somebody's life. He didn't have to do that. He could have just drove by and said, "Who cares?" But you see, it goes a long way. Just a little respect. And if somebody's disrespecting you, you know what to do. Well, at least you should know what to do. But it's really sad what happened to the world. I mean, and I'm at my age, I've seen a lot. I don't know how young anybody else is out there, but I've seen a lot of good times and how really what it meant back in my day.
J-Bo 1488 says, damn, the loss of his mother really still affects him to this day. I feel bad for this guy.
Oh, whose mom was that?
You.
Oh, yeah. You kidding me? I won't even get into it, but yeah, my parents. I was very fortunate. And I'm going to say I had good parents. They did what they could for me. I had a good relationship with both my mother and my father. Probably better with my mom to some degree. Hey, listen, my father would get in the kitchen and he'd start playing the guitar. My mother would sing. I always wanted that myself too, and so my father and I would play the guitar together. Not a lot of people even know that he even played the guitar, okay? So we had a lot of things in common like that. I can't say that I had such a bad life because I had two good parents that cared, but, a lot of people didn't have great parents, and that's sad. But thank you for the comment. I really appreciate it.
Here's another live comment. Elise Buer. Hi, Joe. This is the first time I'm catching you live. Honestly, I started listening to you because I like your accent. I stuck around to learn more about a life I knew nothing about, and now I'm invested. God bless.
Wow, thank you, Elise. I appreciate that. I don't think where I'm living, I don't think my accent's changed too much. I start talking to guys like Dominick or somebody from New York, and forget it, we start rolling right off. It's like I feel like I never lost it. But thank you for that, too. Yeah, I'm trying to bring as many good shows as I can. A lot of comments and stuff like that I try to answer. I got some stories, and there are a lot of stories I guess I don't tell because it's better that way. But I do my best, and I really appreciate that. Thanks.
Joy Rebel, another one from him. He says, I really love your show, Joe. You seem like a great guy. And also, Joe is one of my favorite brothers' names. Have a great day.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, thanks. I had a sister, but she's still alive, but we just don't talk. Would you believe it? I had a sister. My sister and I haven't spoken since 2006. So that's good. Yeah, thanks. I'm glad my name is Joe, too. That's a kind of a funny story. My mother wanted to name me Steven. So, of course, I'm the first son born, and so I took my father's name, but I'm not a junior. My father's middle name is Anthony, and mine is different.
Here's one from Granville Diamond 740. Skinny Joey is a hypocrite. He talks trash about YouTube mob rats, but yet he's copying rats with his own YouTube channel. He should think before he speaks.
I could agree to that too. He shouldn't even be on it if he's like, look, he's still involved supposedly in the life. I don't know if he got shelved by his own people. I hear so many stories out there. I try not to get into the battle between Joey like that. I didn't like what he said about Michael Francis, his father, and things of that nature. So that really bothered me. And that not because of Michael or whatever. His father was one of the most stand-up guys ever around. So, just because he liked his son or stayed in touch with his son because his son cooperated with the government, listen, I understand what he meant, but you shouldn't have said anything about Sonny. No, I don't think that was right at all. But I try to stay away from that tit for tat stuff like that because it makes me more nervous to go words for words. I was always the type of guy to just, I don't really want to talk. Let's just get it on, and that's the way it was. And that's not bragging about anything, but that's just the way I always was. But I see a lot more live comments coming on, bro.
Here's another live comment from CarmineSmash. He says, "You wouldn't have made a good mobster with a name like Steve." LOL.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Carmine, I think you're probably right there. Definitely, yeah, that's right. Because you always have to. Well, believe it or not, some people used to call me Joey Nose because I had my nose fixed like 3 times because it used to get broken in so many fights that I had. But so they used to call me Joey Nose. Maybe so if my name was Steven, I don't think nobody would have called me that. But Joe, yeah, I like Joe better. But thanks, Carmine. I like that one.
Here's one from Chief Lewis. He says, "Great show, brothers. Gene, Joe, get me my button. Talk to Dom for me."
Yeah, well, it wasn't easy to get a button, but we'll see what we can do. I was this close to getting my button, too. If Dominic didn't go away, yeah, I was going to make my bones with him. So there it is, right?
Mark AZQ says, "Hey, what's up, Joe? This is my first time ever reaching out on this channel, but I've been seeing your videos from the beginning. Just wanted to say hello. And on a different note, but still about fathers, I remember doing things just to spite him as a kid and disrespected him, thinking I knew it all. Now that he's gone, I realize what a great man he was, and he was right about everything."
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. We do learn the hard way. That's a good statement, too, and I'm glad you realized. It's like, here, with my mother and father one time, they pulled me to the side. I was still young. I think it was, I don't know, a teenager, maybe 15 years old, maybe 16 years old, 17, something like that. And they said, "Do you really trust your friends?" And right away, "Hey, they're my friends." I stuck up, but a lot of my friends did me dirty, and a lot of my friends were really good to me too. But you're right. That's you gotta. Your parents, they want good for you. So even though we don't like what they say sometimes, we want to rebel. We should take it into their parents really, if they really love you. Like I said, some parents don't get their kids and their children just don't get along. They got bad parents. But my parents, I was fortunate. And like yourself, you're saying about your father, you realize it later on. Like that's why Rodney Dangerfield used to say, "Hey, listen," he says, Rodney said to his kids, "Hey, one day you're going to have kids, when you grow up." He says, "Yeah, well, so will you." So it's like that kind of thing. But I see a lot of live. I can't believe everybody's tuning in. I really appreciate it. I mean, I see a lot of stuff. You should read them off, because I still can't see that far away, even though I got my
sorry, guys.
distance
The way our
glasses.
studio's set up, it's Joe's a little far from the screen, so
Yeah.
I have to read the comments. But we should work on that. We should maybe get a little live chat set up closer so you could read them.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Here's one from Joy Rebel. They say, "Joe, did you ever know any Chicago mobsters?"
Well, I was in Milan, Michigan on my first bid, so I guess that's there was a couple of guys from Chicago out there. Of course, we all know Al Capone went from New York to Chicago, but there was a few guys that were around the Chicago guys. They used to be, I think they called this guy the Big Tuna. He was I believe he was in Chicago too, and there was some underlings from him where I was in Milan, Michigan. And they were pretty cool guys. I don't remember their names. It's so long ago. You're talking about the 90s when I was away. But there were some pretty good guys. But I can't remember the names offhand.
Just read off some of these.
Yeah, read off.
these
Yeah,
live
because
ones.
I want to, yeah.
We got John Haas. Good afternoon, Joe.
Good afternoon, John. Thanks for tuning in, man. Sorry for the short notice, but I'll try to do it earlier next time.
CarmineSmash says, "Joe, the name Joe fits you."
Thanks, Carmine. Yeah, I think I just say it all the time. Don't I look like a Joe?
Elise Buer says, something I always wondered, have you ever been to Italy and do you speak any Italian?
I speak very little Italian. I understand very little. My I should have had my grandparents. They should have never spoke anything but Italian in the house to us, and I regret that. And I never been to Italy. I was really thinking about it, at least going to Italy on a few occasions. And some of my friends that, of course, Italian and are from Italy, they said, Giuseppe, they said, if you ever go to Italy, you'll probably never come back. You're going to love it there. And they might be right. So, but no, I wish I was. And there's a lot of spots I want to go to, too. I see a lot of them on Instagram. They say, if it's your bucket list, go check it out. So you never know. I might do that. My girlfriend, she speaks Italian fluently. So we were thinking about it, the both of us, to go to Sicily, from where she's from. And my family's from Sicily as well, too.
BX Bricklayer says, Joe, do you remember Nicky the Wig from the Bronx?
Nicky the Wig, yes, that name sounds very familiar. Now, in New Rochelle, we had a guy, Frankie the Wig. So Nicky the Wig sounds very familiar. Yeah, it does. But I think he was older than my generation, but I think I remember the name.
Ronnie Pinder, 280, Goodfellow Podcast for life. Great show, Joe. Respect.
Hey. Thanks, Ronnie. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Joy Rebel, thanks for answering my questions, Joe.
Oh, listen, I try to, and it's my pleasure. Like I said, I always try to answer everybody. Everybody that's ever tuned into my show, and also Dominick from Mafia Roundtable. I really appreciate all your great comments, all the love and respect you give to this show as well, too, and to Dominick's. Without you guys, and I love answering the questions. Even, I don't care if they're far-fetched or anything about the life. And if I couldn't answer it, believe me, I won't. But I try to. And you guys are important to me, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Guys, anything you want to know? We're only going to be on for a few more minutes here. What about 10 more minutes probably?
Oh, yeah?
A short one today.
Okay, yeah, that's okay.
So whatever questions you want to ask, get them in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, was there any more on that last episode that we did, too? Because there was, I forget, I tried to look at them, too, but I don't even watch half my shows. I just try to go right to the comments.
Well, you're the one making them anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Roxana Peretti, hiya, Joe.
Hey, Roxanne, how are you? Yep, I know she's made a couple of comments, too, as well. Johnny Provolone, my man. I don't know where he made a comment too. I remember that too, Johnny Provolone. And I got Craig from New Rochelle too. I think he asked Dominick a question about did I ever take him to Greasy Nick's, and no, I didn't. But I think Dominick's been there before. That's for sure.
What's Greasy Nick's?
Greasy Nick's I think it was called Lenny's Clam Bar. It was right on Shore Road as you're going towards the Bronx. It's from Shore Road or Pelham Road, we used to call it. It's a long road. It's like the back way to get into the Bronx, because then it'll shoot over to City Island like that. It's all the back roads like that, which is pretty good.
Louis D997 says, you should do some more interviews, Joe, like you did with the drug smugglers. Maybe some of the old school English gangsters, too, if you get a connect. Love the show. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I like to do the interviews. I did things with drugs, too, but I like these guys that I interviewed were really into that stuff big time. But, yeah, and the England guys, too, I'm going to talk to Dominick about that. I think, or somebody else that I can connect with the English guys.
Dominick have connections with?
I think so. Yeah, I think somebody reached out from England to Dominick too. So I'll find out, because I'd like to interview a couple of those guys. That would be great. But that's a good comment. I appreciate. That's a good idea.
Super chat from CarmineSmash. Thank you, Carmine, for $20. He says, Joe, always love the show.
Wow, get out of here, Carmine. Thank you. Very much appreciated. And listen, anything you want to do, even if you want to see a show about a certain thing that I did or do you think I might have done, like I said, I'll answer it. There's only so much I can answer because, they're always watching. And even though I cooperated, they still hate me.
BX Bricklayer. Joe, I also laid brick with Dom Merlucci.
Oh, Dominick Malucci.
And Ray from New Rochelle.
And Ray Barreras, yeah. That's right. Dominick Malucci and I were in kindergarten together. Okay, and Dominic is strong. Now he's got 3 sons. We used to call them the Bellucci brothers, and I don't know, they must be big now. Dominic, I mean, I hope he's still with his wife. I don't even know. I haven't spoke to Dominic in years. Dominic was a tough kid, beat me up every day, but not in a bad way. We just used to fight, but he always won. And Raymond's still a good guy too. He might not talk to me anymore or like what I did, and Dominic as well, but. And they're very. I know Raymond since I'm 7 years old, since a kid. So we all go way back. But thank you for the comment.
J-Cat says you should never get involved in a fight when people are drunk.
Well, you try not to. You know what I mean?
That was on the last video when you were talking about
yeah,
that fight.
Okay. Yeah, I try not to. Like, a lot of times when I did a little blow here and there, I only did it for a couple of months. I wasn't like, or had a few drinks too. But, yeah, when you're in a bar, sometimes just stuff just flies off. You can't help yourself. You just got to take care of business. You can't, I try not to beat up on drunks either, too. You know what I mean? But sometimes they attack you and they're stupid and you have to defend yourself.
Shannon Ross says they hate you because you beat them.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. You mean the government? Yeah, exactly. Well, the government will always hate me. They were always envious of me because I was able to do things that they couldn't do. I had a better time than they'll ever have in their life, but they'll always hate me for that, and they'll always try to entrap me. And it's not like you're in this country. You're not innocent till proven guilty. That's a facade they put on everybody. You are guilty till you have to prove yourself innocent. So remember that always.
Angelo Bologna says, or Bologna, whichever one. If they're Italian, it's Bologna.
Yeah.
But Joe, I just want to let you know that you're doing a great job with your show and with Dominic. I can't wait to get to talk to him. I think he'll like what I have to say, and you as well. Let me know what time, where, and how. Please and thank you.
Oh, no problem. Thanks, Angelo. Yeah, get us in touch with us. Let's get your number. And listen, maybe we'll even have you on a show, either me or Dominic or both of us at the same time. Listen, I don't even mind putting, just so everybody knows out there, I don't care who it is. You're a fan. I appreciate it. You have some good content you want to talk about. You want to even come on the show with me. I don't mind. We could do a Skype call and get you on a live show or record something, just like I do interviews with anything else, because there's a lot of people that don't even understand the whole life. So, you might want to ask questions. You get a list of questions. You might just want to shoot the shit. We don't mind. Absolutely. At least this show we're going to try. I'm going to try to maybe we were discussing it. Maybe once a month have a fan on who wanted to ask their own questions or whatever. So we're rolling it around.
Joy Rebel. Joe, you're one of my favorite ex-mobsters. Did I read that already?
I don't know if you did, but thanks, Joy. I appreciate that. That means a lot.
Cynthia says, Joe, are you going to make a cooking show?
Yeah, I have made a few, but I was going to make one the other night. I made some codfish, and I'll tell you what I did. So maybe I'll make it. I made it with I had the codfish with garlic, olive oil, lemon, white wine, butter, jalapeno peppers, Parmesan cheese, Reggiano Parmesan, and then some breadcrumbs later on. I'll do another show. Yeah, I'll definitely do another one. Maybe something different. Maybe I'll do like a chicken franchise with some spaghetti on the side. Thank you.
Elise Buer says, thanks for responding to my comments. Now I got footage of that accent saying my name. You guys both pronounced it right, too. Thanks. Doesn't always happen. Happy to support the show wherever I can.
Thank you. Really appreciate that. And always tune in. Like I said, if you got any questions, too, about anything about the life or whatever, by all means, I'm here to answer what I could. On this show, we try to do with everything. We don't make up stories. We don't do anything. And if I'm wrong, I'll always say I'm wrong. If I make a mistake, I make a mistake. I'm only human. Like I said, I'm not the toughest guy out there. I got beat up before a few times. Maybe a few too many times I didn't want to. But I also dished it out pretty good. Thank God. Got a few more live ones, huh?
Suzanne Burnfield, great. Now I'm hungry.
Thanks, Suzanne. Yeah, I couldn't believe the dish came out that good too, because I do quick stuff. like when I was in prison. But this time, I don't know what it was. I was in the supermarket. I said, let me get this. Let me get the codfish, do what I got to do. And then I actually cooked, I also made rice with it too, in the real pressure cooker, the long grain rice. I didn't make no instant, because once you do the instant, it throws off the real good meal. But it was, I ate the whole thing. I was by myself, and I had 2 big pieces of codfish like that. Forget about it. But sorry, I hope you enjoy your dinner whenever you get home.
Cynthia says, Joe, you're so nice.
Thank you, Cynthia. I try to be. You know, like I said before, it's easy to be mean if you want to be. You know, a friend of mine said that too. My friend Frank Bianco, who used to own his father used to own a used car lot, and then he used to own a car detailing place. And he said something to me that I never forget. And this was in the 90s when I came home. I got home in January 20th, 1995. He said to me, he says, you know something, Joe, a lot of guys come out of prison and they're different. He said, but you haven't changed. You're still like, I said, listen, I try to be nice, but I appreciate that, Cynthia. Thank you for noticing. I do try to be nice.
Okay, here's a common question we get. Alan Yesmate says, Joe, you were not an undercover agent. You were a rat. There's a big difference.
Well, I never denied being a rat. And what I mean by undercover, it still is undercover work that I was doing.
Not a federal agent, but you're still.
I was not a federal agent, and but what I was
never
doing was
claimed to be
undercover. No, I never did. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, there is a difference. Not to hold you accountable. There is a difference. I was a rat, and but if I knew what I knew now, I probably never would have been. Because just the way that I think the federal government, and I've said this plenty of times, and that's what really I started the show for, I think the federal government is worse than all the wise guys. Believe me when I tell you. So, but that's okay. Appreciate that comment too.
CarmineSmash says, that was Jay Leno's cousin. I'm not sure who he's talking about there.
Well, Jay Leno's cousin?
One of the guys you were talking about in New Rochelle earlier, probably.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know. Well, Jay Leno was the comedian that had his own Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah, I don't mind that. I met a few movie stars over my time in my day, and a few good, like when I met Mike Tyson too. He's not a movie star, but he was a good fighter, and I still think he's a good fighter to this day. And I still think he's pretty tough, and he still handles himself too.
Louis D 997 says, I know you've probably answered this question 100 times, but what was a normal day like for you when you were in the life?
It's always about the hustle, you know. I had my own routine where I would go to the gym and things of that nature, like that. Go around seeing a few people, make a few stops here and there. But it's always about the hustle. What score did we do? Are we still, like, say we had something going on in the construction world. So we always had to go check up on that thing. You know, like what you want to say, how's that thing working out? Have you been keeping up with it, following it? Are they going to be, whatever it may be. Like I had a legitimate real estate deal with Dominick too. As a matter of fact, he went away when we were still doing the legitimate real estate deal. So I would always check up on that, making sure the money was going to come in. Matter of fact, I paid Dominick all the money up front before I even took my end of it while he was away. And he never forgot that either too. But those are things you do. You keep. It's always about the hustle. Always about what's going on, who's coming to you with this. It just never ends. But that's kind of like the regular day.
Kevin Smith, how are you doing, Joe? Hope you're well. It's been a while since I made a live.
Yeah, that's good, Kevin. I haven't heard from you either. Hope things are going well for you too. Yeah, we just decided to go live because of all the comments, and I felt bad to not answer them, because like Dominick, he goes on live every day. He's able to really address more of these things. I try to. I don't want anybody to feel bad like I'm ignoring them, because I'm definitely not doing that, and I never will.
CarmineSmash says Jay Leno's Clam Bar.
Oh, Jay Leno's Clam Bar. Okay, that's what they called it. I thought it was just Lenny's Clam Bar, but I didn't know. Maybe it changed hands. I don't know.
Saying it's the cousin who owned it, maybe. Or
oh, maybe. I don't know. But that's yeah. I remember that place. We used to get the little necks, the stuff like that too over there, and they did make good hamburgers too. That place was mobbed in the summertime. But it was always good because you knew everybody that was always going there, whether they were from the Bronx or from New Rochelle or Yonkers or whatever. That was the way we did it. Everybody was like, hey, you know. It was like a meeting place, like Davenport Park or Waterbury Park, like we were talking about before, or, you know, even Morris Park. Back in my day, we used to drive down, and everybody had a corner, and everybody was hanging out on the corners in the summertime. Yeah, those are the good old days. I see a lot more live stuff coming up, too.
Chief Lewis says, Joe, send me an email address. I'll give you my info. Chief Lewis, our email is it's goodfellowpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to get our phone number, Instagram, Facebook, anything like that, it's all in the link in our bio.
Mm-hmm.
Get everything. The email's on there and everything. But it's goodfellowpodcast@gmail.com.
Exactly. Did we get a couple more up there?
Shay said, my boy, Uncle Joe, is finally live.
Hey, Shay, what's going on?
Uncle Joey.
Yeah, that's it, Uncle Joe. Yeah, thanks, Shay. I haven't heard from Shay in a long time either.
Suzanne said, everybody's here.
Yeah, thanks, Suzanne. Yeah, I'm glad everybody's here. That makes me feel good, too, like, you know. Definitely makes me feel good. Anything else up there? So this way do we have a certain limit on here?
Joe's got to be somewhere in, 30 minutes right from now? So
Yep.
we got to wrap up soon, but we'll take a few more questions, and then we'll get out of here.
Absolutely, yeah. Like I said, I had a good workout at the gym today. Chest, shoulders, and tries. Now, Dominick works out a little bit different than me, and he was a lot stronger than me. But when I get down to see him, I'm going to hit the gym with him. Maybe we'll make a video of that, too. We'll see, yeah. That'll be good. And Dominick was an animal in the gym.
JP says, Joe, it's good to see you going live.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, we just did it on a spur of the moment. But I can't believe you guys saw it, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in.
Yeah.
Thank you for subscribing and liking and supporting the channel. If you want to get any channel merchandise, anything like that, links all in the description. Goodfellow Podcast store. We got mugs, shirts, hats, everything you could even stuffed animals for your kid and stuff like that. So check it out.
Yeah, so that's good, right? Absolutely.
The Patreon as well. We have Joe. We post weekly movie reviews on the Patreon and behind the scenes content, bloopers. Joe jamming out on the guitar. If you guys don't know, Joe is great at the guitar. You want to play a little bit before we go?
You want to hand it to me real quick? I don't know.
Off the live with a little guitar. Hold on.
You know, but we'll see something. Let me just put this a little bit different so I can get the guitar over here. Thanks, brother. All right, yeah. Here's my pick. All right, so we'll just do a little something real quick. Nothing too crazy though. Nothing too crazy. I don't know if you guys could hear me or whatever. Here's my story, sad but true, about a girl that I once knew. She took my love and ran around with every single guy in town. Whoa, whoa. Anyway, we're going to cut it short here, but that's enough for now. Anyway, you guys, I'll finish it up later on, but peace and love to you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all your support. It means a lot to me, and hopefully I got to a lot of questions, but that's all for now.